Hello, everybody. This is Kelly Anderson, and I'm so happy to see you guys. Hope everyone is doing great today. So, I am here today. I'm very excited because I have my great friend Tracey Lee here with me today. So, a little bit of background from my perspective with Tracy. So, Tracy and I have known each other for several years. We actually were introduced to each other by a mutual friend, Lynn Petronic. So, shout out to Lynn. I love Lynn. So if you guys ever have a chance to watch Lynn and Will, that's a great show. And that's actually the show that Tracy was on. And I was watching and I was like, wow, this girl, I've got to know this girl. This girl is like kicking butt. She is so energetic. A lot of things she was saying, I was like, wow, we've got so much in common. We've got so much I was just like, I've got to know this girl. So I immediately, after that show, I reached out, I friended her on Facebook, and I messaged her and I said, you are somebody that I've got to know. And so Tracy and we immediately formed a sisterhood. Um, we went in business together. She is the person who introduced me to Kangen water, which you guys know, I absolutely love my Kangen water, and Tracy does too. So Tracy and I sell Kangen water, but we are also we're connected as women coaches, and we are now connected in her new endeavor, which is Tracy.
Oh my goodness. Well, yes, first of all, I love you.
I love you too.
When we met, it was just, we didn't really know what this journey was going to look like. And I think that's the most beautiful part is we both were women that just saw beyond our current circumstances. We were women that just felt a connection and knew it was there for a really beautiful reason. And we were going to figure it out along the way. And we were going to be supporting each other. We were going to enter this friendship. And I don't know if it's our age, though, that this happens, as we get older, a little more seasoned. But we saw each other, and we still do, as just this beautiful, powerful soul that we're like, let's see where this takes us. And it's taken us on some really cool journeys for sure. And it's brought us to an amazing place that is, really both of us stepping into not just our own individual powers and unique gifts, but actually, stretching each other, stretching ourselves, but doing it in collaboration and in partnership and locking arms with 20 other powerful women. Because, I think you and I can both attest to this, Kelly. We need a village in everything we do, whether it's how we raise our children, how we actually get healthy, how we actually become successful in business, how we actually just step into being, a good human being every single day. It takes a village. We can't do this by ourselves. And we're not meant to do this by ourselves. We're meant to be part of something bigger. And that can be very intimidating for a lot of women. And, this is why I know the right women, 20 women have come together. I only knew a couple of you. And all of a sudden, all these women are like, I want to rise up and be a part of this incredible movement called Get Out of Her Damn Way. I want to say it in a Georgia accent, but I can't. So I'm going to say it in my Canadian accent. Get out of your damn way, people. Like, seriously. And I know when I first birthed this idea, this really came from my own experiences because, I've always been a go-getter, just like you, Kelly, and we overcome obstacles and we really, really work hard on not letting outside circumstances stop us. But we still let them, and we're still working on that. And I think it's a journey for the rest of our lives, is to become masters at really, really being so grounded in who we are that nothing will get in our way. But I know from my experience, we're all in our own way. And we are starting to wake up and realize, I got to do something different to get something better. And the goal of this is always been, I don't just see me, I don't just see you, or just all of us individually trying to make an impact in this world. I see us coming together as a collective. This is the biggest women's circle that has ever been formed. And get out of our damn way as a movement. We're locking arms together. We're here to really, whether you're starting at the beginning of your new journey, you're in the middle of it, or maybe you've had so much success, but you're like, I want to find myself more spiritually. I want to be more connected to myself on a different level. Or I want to make a bigger impact. You got to be here. It's going to be really amazing.
So before we get started, I want to ask everybody out there who's watching, and if you're watching right now, please give us a hashtag live. And if you're watching it later, please a hashtag replay. Let's see. Someone says that we are looking stunning today. So I can't tell. On my StreamYard, I cannot tell. It doesn't give me names. So whoever that is, thank you so much.
Sending you love.
So for whoever is watching live or on the replay, I want you guys to give me a show of hands. Who is ready to get out of your damn way? Who is ready? Because it's a thing. We are all, male or female, we're all in our damn way. And I think that it's time, and that's what I'm so. Oh yeah, we've got some. I'm ready out there. This is great, y'all. What I love that Tracy has done is that she's brought it to the surface that we are in our damn way. I think so many of us are just walking through life like we're just in a hypnosis state. We're just constantly, we're just doing what society tells us we're supposed to do. And that gets ingrained deeply. We've got ancestral things going on. We've got so much that we have no idea, and we're in our damn way. So that's what I love about this from the beginning, is that it's just bringing to light we're in our damn way and we can get out of our damn way.
Yeah, absolutely, Cal.
Before we go a little bit farther, Tracy, talk a little bit about your background, and then I want you to talk a little bit about how you have been in your damn way.
Okay, amazing. So yes, my background is I mentored and coached women in the fitness industry for 2 decades. And prior to that, or during that process as well, I was working in the corporate world for 20 plus years. And, I exited that space of corporate. I exited doing the coaching for women after 2 decades because I knew there was something bigger I was meant to do. And I wasn't feeling fulfilled. I was doing great things. I also ran a global wellness business that is still intact. As Kelly mentioned, Kangen Water, because health has always been, since I was 18, I joined my first gym. So I was like, I need to be healthy, almost 54, still rocking it. And so, I just felt this deep, like, what isn't right? Like, it's just like something wasn't right. And I knew there was more in me. And so I had finally made a very strong and bold decision to walk away from everything I created and to step into what I know I was meant to do. And I was terrified. I thought, how am I worthy to be a coach? What kind of impacts am I going to really have on these women? And I had to really get out of my own damn way. So it's going to kind of explain both. I had to really get out of my own damn way to step into my calling. And I was terrified. I every single fear, every single limiting belief, every single reason logically came up in my head. But because I stepped into mentorship, because I knew if I wanted to take this quantum leap in my life, and I wasn't going to accept that I would stay where I was for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, I decided I was worth it. And I had very low self-worth, and I'm still working on that today. Because I was so determined, and I had will, you have will, Kelly, you've overcome a lot, so have I. I just used all that and got myself in the right environment to start stepping into this new phase of my life. And if I hadn't have stepped into the right environment, if I hadn't have decided mentorship is the only thing I really haven't dove in deep on, I can do the hard work, I can push through stuff, but I wanted direction. I wanted guidance. And I had to get out of my own damn way to even say yes to that. Because that's a big investment that I had never done in my life. I had no evidence that I would actually win doing this. I had no experience. I was terrified, but I did it anyway. And all of a sudden, in a year and a half, my entire life has changed.
I've known you in this time. It's been so interesting to watch, watch the transformation. But you and I, we're kind of competitive people, which I personally think that's a good thing. So when you see another woman rising, it's kind of like, hopefully we're doing this for other women, pulling out sort of that competitive spirit, which is going to force them to get out of their damn way. I think for me and you, we've kind of a little bit, we push each other. I know you push me. I see you and I'm like, oh, Tracy's doing this over here. So I think that's good. But then I also think just being encouraging, because there are a lot of women out there who are not competitive spirits. So I think you and I just really also enjoy inspiring people, lifting people up. I had a woman this morning who just said, I feel broken right now. I just feel completely broken. I don't even know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you and I can kind of relate to that also.
Oh, yeah.
So from your perspective now, you've been a coach for a while, you've had a lot of clients. What are some of the number one ways that women are getting in their way, would you say?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, they're getting in their own way. The first thing is they just don't believe. They don't have faith. They don't
And
believe
Why? Why do you think that is?
because we're addicted to our past. We're addicted to our past in many ways. We're addicted to our past from our familiarity in terms of the experiences. So, we can't imagine experiencing something other than what we've seen. We live a life of our five senses. So if we're really operating in our five senses, if I've never seen it before, experienced it before, then I don't believe that it's possible. So that's the first thing. We also have an environment that supports this logical idea in our heads. So if we're in an environment that isn't conducive to stretching ourselves, if we're in an environment where people are like, yeah, you're awesome, you're good, just everything you're doing is so amazing. As nice as that feels, it's not going to help you grow. It's going to keep you right where you are. And I said earlier to one of my colleagues, I said, being stuck sucks. And admitting that you're stuck sucks. I had to admit that I was stuck. And on the outside, people thought, look at her. She's doing all these things. How could she even consider herself being stuck? Oh, I was stuck. I was stuck in knowing there was something more, but I wasn't doing anything about it. And it's because I didn't believe. It's because I was afraid. It's because the idea of stepping into something that I couldn't predict, I didn't have a guarantee. I didn't have a how. It was very hard to do that. So the other reason why we get in our own way, and honestly, and Mind Valley did a survey, 76% of people don't even know really who they are. How can you actually get fired up about where you want to go if you don't really know yourself? If you lack clarity, lack of clarity is the root to lack of confidence.
And, I think most people don't know who they are because they were born into a system that basically just said, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. Oh no, don't think outside of the box. This is how you're going to do this. You're going to go to school, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a job, or there's the society does not necessarily say, wait a minute. Where are you thinking on your own? Where are you being your own person? Society doesn't do that. And also, I think society kind of pushes down on people who, like me and you, who do try to buck the system a little bit. I call it crabs in a bucket. When one crab starts to crawl out of the bucket, the other crabs just grab grab the crab and pull it back in. And it's because they don't want to be pulled out of their comfort zone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's millions of reasons why, like 98% of people don't experience their gifts. They don't express their gifts. They don't feel worthy of expressing their gifts, and they die with them. Right? Les Brown always says that the richest place in the world is a cemetery. Everyone dies there with their gifts. But here's the thing, at some point, yes, okay, we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned this way. It's like your mom sent you out to go and play with all the kids, and she's like, make sure you fit in. So we literally were like conditioned to think we have to fit in. And there's 7 levels of awareness. And the first level of awareness is the animal level, where we are in a reactive mode. We don't respond, we react. The second level is the masses, where we literally conform. We conform. And you may think, well, I don't conform. I do my own thing. There are areas of your life that you're conforming. And I'm going to tell you right now,
no question.
That feeds into other areas of your life, and it actually infects your ability to shine and show up as your best self and live your best life. So being direct, loving, and honest is very, very important. And it's very hard for people to do that, because that means they have to face themselves head on and go, holy crap. This is, I'm 100% responsible for every single result in my life. Not a lot of people can say that and believe it. And until I did, I was not getting out of my own way. That was one of the biggest awakenings I've ever had. And if we want to move to the level of awarenesses, which is really about you starting to learn about yourself and being honest with yourself, you're never going to get to that place where you're actually disciplined enough to say, okay, I am not going to be a victim. So yes, we know all this, but now what am I doing with that knowledge? Am I going to stay and play in that playground? Or am I going to start playing in the playground where, yeah, I'm vulnerable. Yeah, people are going to come at me because you know why? Those crabs are not comfortable with with how they now relate to me. So it's like, people in your life. So as women, we want to serve. We want to keep the peace. We want to make sure that everybody's happy. So what do? We suppress who we really are. And that has got to stop. Is it easy? No. Do you need people to help pull you out of the bucket? Freaking yeah. And that's what this summit's about. We're putting hands in that bucket. We got you. And we're like, come on out. Because you know what? There are enough people that are now standing up and showing up. And that's where these 20 speakers in 2 weeks. How do you find 20 women that are like, I am all in to the vision of this summit? Because women are wanting to get out of their damn way, and they want to actually inspire, encourage, so other women find their courage to get out of their own way.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I needed it too. I was like, I took a leap of faith to be in this event as well. I had a lot of reservations. It's something that I've been like, oh yes, I want to be a speaker. But I was thinking like, oh, that's like 5 years from now. That's like 3 years from now. And then I had to start saying, no, if it's who I'm going to be, I need to be that now, right now. And it was like, like hugely uncomfortable. I just had this thing going in the back of my mind. In 5 years, I'll be comfortable with this. In 5 years, I'll be comfortable. No, it's time. It's now. And that's what I think everybody needs to learn to get out of your damn way. You have to say, enough. It's now. It's go time right now. It's scary. It's going to be messy. It's not going to be perfect, but it's go time right now. And so, and that's totally how we have operated in this collective. And it's still nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. I think it's nerve-wracking for you. I think it's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking for all of us. But I love that because, and I want to be honest about that, because then it's going to show other women I can do this. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can go ahead and step out of my comfort zone. I can go ahead and start, taking on challenges, taking on things that I want to do.
Cal, listen, and I'm right there with you. Like, ladies, we're in the trenches with you. I have to wake up every day and recommit. I have to wake up every day and have the conversation with myself.
Do you have to put the big girl panties back on like every day?
Multiple times a day? I'm telling you, I am like, okay, I'm not faking it till I make it, but I have to really, like, I'm making it. I've only accepted that I am making it. I've actually already made it, and I'm only accepting that idea. Now, do I have to like suggest that in my mind repetitively throughout the day? Freaking right I do. Like, it's not like, oh my God, everything is so great and this is just the best. And like, it's like, oh no. Like, I just, spent an hour and a half talking to someone about really important things about this summit. Like, this summit has stretched me in ways I did not know before I signed up for this. You guys signed up, but I had to sign up first and create it. And I'm like, it's just going to be so awesome. And I'm here to tell you, there's been a lot of things that have happened that have been like no joke. And I know there's more to come, but I'm okay with that because you know why? Because I know I'm being divinely guided, because I know in my heart that if I hadn't have done this, the opportunities, experiences, the growth would never have happened. If I hadn't have said yes, lying in bed one morning, and I woke up after having a very wild week where I didn't eat for an entire week. I was on this major fast. I'd been away at a major mindset conference, and I came home to a family emergency. All of that put me in a position where I was like, you're doing the summit. You're just going to do it. You got no idea. I had never been to a summit. I never participated in a summit, but I was going to create my own summit. Who am I? Well, you know what? That's what I wanted to do. And all you need to do is know what you want. And I knew what I wanted. And the only reason I knew I wanted that was because I had learned enough about myself to know that now I am ready to trust myself. I couldn't trust myself before because I was still being influenced by the masses, by the outside world. So my compass wasn't my true self. Now my compass is my true self. So do I do things knowing I'm guaranteed a positive result? No. Do I do things because I know they're stretching me and growing me? And the more I do that, the better I can be, the better impact I can have, the more people I can rise up with me. Damn straight. Damn freaking straight.
And I'm here to tell you, like, when you start doing what like Tracy and I are doing, where you are really stretching, you are really jumping out, the world is going to start throwing a lot of crap at you. Like just like last week, I was supposed to have my book submitted. We had a hurricane come through. It's like, and you have to be prepared. It's not going to be smooth sailing. That's when the waters get rough and rocky, and you have to just learn, like, I'm in it for the adventure. This is an adventure, and it's like whitewater rafting. You kind of have to be prepared. You're going to lose an oar. At some point, you might get flipped over. You might lose your passenger.
Nice. I'm not going whitewater rafting with you. Forget that. Mental note, no. Find a new partner.
Bye-bye.
But you know what, Cal, here's the thing though, and I don't want people to get afraid or scared, because here's the thing.
No.
Like, I couldn't be where I am without the village.
Exactly.
I couldn't
Yeah.
do this without you guys. I couldn't do it without my mentors and the people that I called in to support me. Like,
Mhm.
people just don't rise up by themselves.
Right.
So if you were, sitting there, like you had mentioned, Kelly, someone said to you, I feel broken. I want you to know, first of all, A, you're not alone.
Mhm.
B, we've all felt that way. And some of us feel that way in different parts of our lives right now, too. But
Mhm.
once, if you want to just start to get a taste of not feeling that way, you want to be around people that aren't showing up that way because they are no longer feeling that way. And if you can get around people that are actually feeding you in a way that is nourishing you, in a way that makes you feel better, that's who you want to be around. If you're surrounding yourself by people that are harmonizing with your lower energy, you're not going to get out of that low energy. You want to start to be able to feel a new sense of re-energized, and you can only do that by being around people that are going to lift you up. In the beginning, it might feel phony, it might not feel real, but know this: there is something called autosuggestion. You have been auto-suggested everything that you believe in your life right up to this point. So why not get around people that can start auto-suggesting things that you now choose as an adult, that you want to start allowing into your mind, that you want to start believing, that are going to help you elevate, just to wake up every day and maybe feel better. Maybe that's your goal right now. Maybe you want to wake up every day and actually not worry about the 10,000 things that you worry about. Maybe you want to start to calm your mind. Maybe you want to start to find a mind that is in a state of order. And then, if it's there, that you start to feel harmony in your life. You start to feel peace in your life. All I ever wanted was peace. You're like, what do you want? I just want peace. And I didn't have peace. But you know what? Because of I was constantly focusing on what I didn't want and the things that weren't working in my life, nothing changed until I started to actually be around new environment, new people, new support systems. That's when things shifted for me.
And it's weird that to me there's this whole like underworld of people who see things completely differently, and it's like, this is nuts. Like, I'm almost 50, and I didn't really get introduced to these people until just a few years ago. There are people who see the world as boundless, and they see the world as an inspiring place. They see the world as, you can go out there, you can make whatever you want happen. I was not exposed to a lot of that up
Mm-hmm.
until, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And then all of a sudden, these people, you and I, we got very big into Bob Proctor, and I think that kind of just started to pull this new world of people who just see huge possibilities. People, we need to start surrounding ourselves with people like that. And I think that's what this group is all about for women. It's showing there are so many possibilities. Anything's possible in this world, and you just have to be open. Part of getting out of your damn way is being open and starting to recognize, oh, I've done that my whole life, but that's because Aunt so and so taught me to do it that way. And oh, I've been doing that my whole life. I remember my grandmother, she taught me, you know. So basically, I kind of lost. Oh, basically just learning to be open and start looking at everything you do and say, am I being open-minded about this? Is there
You
another
are,
perspective?
yeah, and open-hearted, right? Like,
Open-hearted, right.
and that's the one of the biggest things. I remember I was at a session last October, and one of the leaders of the session, I went up to her and I said, "Your heart isn't open," and I could feel it. She knew all the right things to say, but she had a very closed heart. And I said, "Surrender." And I shared with her a beautiful meditation, and she did it. And to this day, she still talks about that conversation changed her life. And being open can feel vulnerable. Being open can feel like we're exposed. And a lot of women don't want to be seen. They don't want to be seen right now because they're afraid of what happens if they are seen. And maybe that's because of an experience they've had in the past. So know this, whatever you're feeling right now is okay. You shouldn't be feeling a certain way. You don't want to force anything, but just know that if you can just take one step to just putting your hand out and saying, I just don't want to feel like this anymore.
Mhm.
And I actually know that I can't do this by myself. And I would really like to know that someone has my back. Someone can help me start to maybe shift. Going back to what you said, how people, there's these people out there that really truly believe that we live in an infinite universe, that there is nothing that can keep us, there's nothing that can hold us back. There's no fear of failure that can keep us from creating the life that we want. And I do believe that now. I have to recommit to that belief every day, and I have to be around the right environment so I don't default back to my old way. But the biggest thing that I had to shift was myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in the outside world. The outside world is going to do its thing. I know that the outside world is really truly a result of how you're feeling on the inside. So if I didn't like the disharmony in my family or in my marriage, or if I didn't like the way my bank account was looking, if I didn't like the fact that I worried about 10,000 things the minute I got out of bed in the morning and went to bed at night, if I didn't like the way my health was going, if I didn't like the habits that I had that were probably destroying me mentally, emotionally, physically, and behaviorally, I needed to just say, I'm done. I had to draw a line in my sand. I didn't have to go and pronounce that to the world. I had to pronounce that to me first. Then I had to say, I'm going to take one step. Just today, I'm going to take one step. And that's what I did. And you know what? My first step was listening to Wayne Dyer. I remember, 6 years ago, I started to listen to Wayne Dyer, and I would be by myself. I didn't talk to my family about this, but there was a lot of falling apart in my life. I wanted to hide under a rock and not come back out. And it's just something got me onto him. God, the universe sent me to him, and I started listening to him every day for hours at a time. And that was my first awakening to like, okay, you know what? We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And your spirit is beautiful. Your spirit isn't tainted. Your spirit isn't compromised. Your spirit is real. And I really hope whatever level you're at coming to the summit, you're going to come and you're just going to know that even if we are doing a virtual summit, it is live, that we do have your hand. We are locking arms together. And if you want to reach out, and you're going to find more about how to do this when you join and register for the summit, how you can get very connected to whoever is in that summit in a leadership role you feel connected to, you can connect with them. It's really, really beautiful what we're doing. And we want to just start encouraging women so they can find their courage, whether that's take my first step, whether it's I'm ready to take a big leap, or whether it's I'm ready to soar. Wherever you're at right now is perfect. Truly.
Yep, it really is. So, Tracy,
Yes.
give the details of this event, what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like for women. Why do they need to be there?
Okay. Well, first of all, why do you need to be there? Because you're a woman. Let's just keep it really simple. You are a woman, you have a heartbeat, and you're standing alive right now. That's why you need to be here. If you have, right now, no big aspirations, you need to be here. If you are, in a position in your life where everything's falling apart, you need to be here. If you're in a place in your life where things are going amazing and you're starting to feel good and you're getting cool results and all these amazing things are happening, you got to be here. If you're at the peak performance of your career or your health journey, you got to be here. There is no reason why you shouldn't be here. When you come, you're going to be experiencing more than you did before you came. Because think about it. First of all, you have 20 women that are showing up and doing something they've never done before. Some of them have spoken, some of them have been speakers, but none of them have experienced a summit like the Get Out of Her Damn Way Summit. And I know this for a fact because women who have been in summits are saying to me, this is a very different experience than I've ever had in my life. Number 2, this summit is 3 days. Yes, it's virtual. Yes, it's live. You want to be able to be a part of it live as much as possible because that is about energy. It's one thing, if you're watching this replay, cool. But if you're in this live right now, you feel our energy. We're in the moment. In the moment is live. We live in the present moment. Okay? So for you to get the most energetically, and energy moves you. If you want to feel moved in any way in your life, you want to be at the summit and you want to be at it live. September 27th, 28th, and 29th. We're going to start the day at 9 and we're going to end it at 5. There's going to be time for lunch. There's going to be breaks. There's going to be pee breaks. I want you to understand that these 3 days don't even need to be spent alone. You've got some women you want to hang out with, get together. Find a time within those 3 days. You're going to come together and you're going to watch this on your TV. You're going to watch this on your screen and you're going to be pumping each other up. There's going to be so much value from every single speaker. And here's the thing. Don't think that you won't need to hear what that speaker is saying because of what their topic of discussion is. I want you to understand there is a ripple effect happening here. It started with me. And I rippled it out to 20 speakers. Those 20 speakers are rippling out this opportunity to their audience. And every single one that they directly connect with can continue the ripple effect. And when it comes to you showing up and deciding, I'm going to listen to that speaker or I'm not, at the end of the day, you, I guarantee, know somebody in your circle that can benefit from that speaker. So please, 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 not just register and make it stop with you. I am challenging every single woman that is watching this right now to be part of the ripple effect and invite 10 women. And I want you to challenge every single one of them to do the same. Remember the old commercial? And they told 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. That's what we're doing. We are locking arms. We're creating a circle across our communities, a circle across our cities, a circle across our countries, the ocean, the continents. We are not stopping this circle. And this is just the beginning. The Get Out of Her Damn Way movement is not stopping. I'm already planning the next event, and it's going to continue to be bigger and better every single time. So start now, be part of this community, be part of this collective, be part of this movement, bring your all. Whatever you've got that day, just bring it. And make sure that you're not here alone. Bring a friend and tell them to bring a friend too. And this will be one of the most powerful experiences you have in 2023. I guarantee it.
Yes, definitely. And I also want to add, because I think there's kind of there's kind of a slow phenomenon going on right now that's a little bit male bashing. And I want to make sure people know this is not anti-male. It's not, it's not like woman power, over men or anything like that. I want to make sure, like, men who are watching this, because I have a lot of men in my I have a lot of men friends out there and in my audience. I want to make sure you guys know this is not anti-men. And for the women in your life, please get them involved. This is, we Tracy and I are women, so that's what we relate to. And so, that's what this is about. So men out there who love the women in your life, this is when women become happier, healthier, and just feel better about themselves, that just reverberates throughout society. So men will eventually feel the after effects of this as well. So I'm saying this to mean this is not just for women. In my opinion, by empowering and lifting up women, we are lifting up all of society. And that's what I feel very strongly about. I support women in order to make all of society start to lift up. And become stronger, healthier, happier. And men, you guys have a role in encouraging women to do this for themselves. So I just wanted to say that real quick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I appreciate you so much for saying that, Kelly. And, we are here to encourage each other. We're here to rise up together. We all need each other. We all need each other, whatever color, whatever background you have, whatever, level of income you make, none of that really matters. All that matters is we are here. We've been gifted another day. And I think what connects all of us, men, women, doesn't matter, is we all have a deep rooted desire to make an impact. And that's what this is about. This is about impact. And however you want to participate in this, be a part of the impact. Because when you're a part of impact, you just feel really damn good.
Yeah, and then you take that and you go out and you make your own impact.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically inspiring and training people to go out, and it's supposed to just keep growing and growing and growing.
So you're going to drop the link, Kel, for everyone to register? Amazing. Yes. Register. And when you register, there is an option, because here's the reality. Two things. One, maybe life will get in your way and you can't show up live the way you wanted to. So we don't want you to miss a single beat of this summit. And number two, there is nothing more powerful than going back and watching things over and over again. You will learn something new. The power of repetition is critical in terms of your personal growth. So if you are someone that is serious about your personal growth journey, about growing, about becoming better and better at who you are, what you do, and the impact you can make, you're going to want to make sure that you grab the opportunity to have lifetime access to the replays and all the other amazing bonuses that we are offering you, because they're powerful, they're impactful, and guess what? You can share them with other people that you want to help too. So make sure you grab the opportunity to upgrade and get all of these amazing things. Register for the event, be part of the ripple effect, share with your friends, 10 friends, and let them share with their 10 friends. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be incredible, powerful, beautiful. And on the days of the event, you're going to feel the vibration. And you know what? You're going to know you are a part of creating that vibration. And that is pretty awesome too.
That is very awesome. And also, I want to go back to the first part of our conversation where I said, in making the decision to speak at this event myself, like I said, I had always thought, oh yeah, I'm going to be a speaker down the road. Oh yeah, that's definitely. But then I just said, no, the time is now. So I want you guys to say this. If you have reservations, or you're like, oh, this might, I might, whatever, it might make me feel uncomfortable. It might make me feel like I've got to stretch myself. Don't be afraid. Jump out. Just start to.
You're out of your damn way. Like, the only reason you don't register is you're in your own way. And here's the thing. Maybe this is the one thing that's going to start to break that habit.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to just take a step. Just take the step. Do it. Just take the step.
It's a free event.
Yeah, it's a free event. Come on, y'all. This is and you get me and Tracy. So
don't treat it as a free event, because if you treat it as a free event, you're actually devaluing yourself. You're devaluing your time. You're devaluing your effort. You're devaluing your brain power to come into this and step into it as your best self that day in that moment. So I want you to put value on this. Imagine that you've just invested $1,000 in yourself to come to this event. Because if you do that, you're going to set yourself up. You're going to set yourself up with your journal. You're going to make sure that you had a good night's sleep the night before. You're going to make sure that you set boundaries so you have time for yourself. This is really important. And this could be your first experience ever doing that. Who knows? But wherever you're at, please, please, please show up for yourself first. Because if you don't, and you're not in the habit of doing that, or you're not even starting the habit of doing that, nobody else is going to do it for you. That is a big, big thing I learned. Mel Robbins always says, no one's coming to save you. You got to figure this out yourself. And then you got to call in the people to help you get there. So you got 20 women circling around you. You're in the middle. We all got you.
Yeah. Just get out of your damn way.
Amazing, amazing. This was so fun, Cal. Thank you for having me on your beautiful show. You're just just always will be in my heart. So close to me. Like we're just getting started. We're just getting started. I cannot wait.
Started. And I just want to encourage all the ladies out there, join in. Join in with the energy, join in with the excitement. It's a party. It's meant to be fun. Growth is fun. It can be a little scary, but growth is fun because guess what? You get to look back and you get to be like, wow, look what I did. Oh my gosh, look what we did. This is incredible. So, Tracy, thank you so much for being with me today. I will drop the link in the comments. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on 6 platforms today. So I will drop the link. May take me a little bit because I've got to run a little errand right after this, but I will definitely drop the links on all the platforms this afternoon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you. Tracy does too. Tracy, any last word?
Get out of your damn way.
Get out of your damn way.
Last word. Yes.
Good. Thank you guys so much wherever you are. Have a great morning, noon, afternoon, night. We're going to keep biohacking always. And for Feeling Good Mama, we will see you guys next time. Thank you.